Now there is in Jerusalem by the sheep gate a pool, called in Hebrew Bethesda, having 5 porches. In these lay a great multitude of sick people, blind, lame, paralyzed, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain time and stirred the pool. Whoever stepped in first was made well.
Five porticos of stone beneath the sun, where broken bodies gather one by one. The lame, the blind, the withered, all undone. They watch the water waiting for the sign. The angel stirs the pool, but none are mine. No man to carry me when waters churn. The hungry calendar will not adjourn. The Sabbath wheel that will not cease to turn. The portico becomes a prison gate where mercy races and I am always late. I count my years in decades and in stone. The colonnade memorized my bone. The angel comes for others, I have grown, and I remain among the broken hush, while healed feet scatter in the victor's rush. The porch is number 5 like fingers spread, like Moses scrolls above a hopeful head. The law that promises but leaves unfed, a perfect structure with a fatal flaw. The first one wins and mercy is the law. I've watched the winners walk into the light, the healed who vanish from my crippled sight, while I become the porch's appetite. The pool consumes the broken and the lame, and calls it sacred, calls it by his name. 38 years the water mocks my thirst. The ritual has made my body cursed. I was not first and I will not be first. The angel's shadow passes over me and leaves me to my stone eternally. 38 years the colonnades have known this body stretched on stone that can atone. The water stirs and someone else goes in, and I remain the ritual worn thin. Wait, the waters tremble but I cannot move. Wait, the healing promise but I cannot prove. The system says the first one in is saved, but I lie watching from my stone-carved grave. Wait, is there no other way? The ritual repeats without the cure. The architecture stands but I endure. The pool is full of angels and of men, and I am still the cripple I was then. Wait, the waters tremble but I cannot move. Wait, the healing promise but I cannot prove. The system says the first one in is saved, but I lie watching from my stone-carved grave. Wait, is there no other way? The middlemen have built their porches well. 5 gates to heaven, 5 degrees of hell. The water heals the first one through the door and leaves the rest to wait forevermore. Wait, the pool is stirring but the game is rigged. Wait, the perfect system leaves the broken dig. The demiurge designs a healing race where one man wins and all the rest lose face. Wait, the ground of being walks this place, and a certain man was there who had an infirmity. 38 years when Jesus saw him lying there and knew he had been in that condition a long time. He said to him, "Do you want to be made well?"
The sick man answered him, "Sir, I have no man to put me into the pool when the water is stirred. But while I am coming, another steps down before me."
no sacred waters claim. He does not point me toward the pool's old game. He asks a question that unweaves the lie. Do you want to be healed? And I reply, I offer my excuses like a prayer. The pool betrays me and no man is there. He does not need my reasons or my stare. The architecture of my blame dissolves around the question that my soul resolves. No ladder reaching toward a distant God, no sacred calendar on which to plot. The logo stands inside the cripple's reach, and all my explanations start to bleach. The word that bypasses every stone. Speak the gnosis that I could not have known. The Father's ground beneath the Son who sees. No system standing between him and me. Speak direct access to the throne. The water never asked me what I want. It only asked if I could fold its font. But now the word is broken through the cant. No ritual prerequisites he brings, just one interrogation that unstrings. I thought the problem was the pool's design, that someone faster always cut the line. But he reveals the sickness that was mine. Not just the legs that withered on the stone, but hope itself had calloused into bone. No water in his hand, no ritual, no middleman, no priestly tribunal. The Logos looks at me and does not wait for any angel to unlock the gate. Speak the word that bypasses every stone. Speak the gnosis that I could not have known. The Father's ground beneath the Son who sees. No system standing between him and me. Speak direct access to the throne. He does not argue with the demiurge. He does not play the game or pay the toll. He is the gate the five gates could not forge, the architect of every healed soul. He does not need the angel to descend. He does not need the water to amend. He is the healing, not the healing's friend. The porches I had studied for decades dissolve like shadows when the substance stays. The question still hangs burning in the air. Do I want healing or do I want care? Do I want freedom or the porch's prayer? The answer rises from a deeper grave than 38 years waiting to be saved. No ladder reaching toward a distant God, no sacred calendar on which to plot. The logo stands inside the cripple's reach, and all my explanations start to bleed. Speak the word that bypasses every stone. Speak the gnosis that I could not have known. The Father's ground beneath the Son who sees. No system standing between him and me. Speak direct access to the throne. Jesus said to him, rise, take up your bed and walk. And immediately the man was made well, took up his bed and walked.
And that day was the Sabbath. The man departed and told the Jews that it was Jesus who had made him well. Rise, take your bed and walk into the day. No incantation, no angelic display. The logo speaks, the withered limbs obey, with bone and muscle snapping into place. 38 years of atrophy erased. I lift the mat that was my tomb and throne, through colonnades where I had lain alone. How strange to walk where I had only grown. The healed man walks where cripples used to wear. The crushing weight of waiting turned to air. No angel stirred the water where I stand. No first one through the gate escape was planned. The Son who speaks the Father's will alone has made these broken legs into his throne. Rise, the agent of the solstice in the word. Rise, the voice that every broken body heard. The Father's ground, the Son's direct command. The Spirit lifting with an unseen hand. Rise, carry what once carried you. The stone that shaped my spine for half a life released its ancient covenant with strife.
As if the ground itself withdrew the knife. No water touched these ankles, yet they hold. The logo spoke, and flesh became bold. I walked past mats of men I used to know, whose eyes still fix on waters down below. They do not see the healer in the glow, they only see the angel in the deep. And I have left the angel half asleep. The mat becomes a banner in my hand, a testimony that the pool could not command. The bed of waiting is the bed of proof that Logos breaks the demiurge's roof. Rise, the agent of the solstice in the word. Rise, the voice that every broken body heard. The Father's ground, the Son's direct command. The Spirit lifting with an unseen hand. Rise, carry what once carried you. I leave the porches where I learned to wait. I leave the angel to a scheduled hour. The calendar of mercy is too late for one who heals by his own word and power. The mat upon my shoulder is a scroll, inscribed with testimony for my soul. The bed of waiting becomes the parole that testifies against the porch's lie. The healed man walks where cripples come to die. No angel asked my name or knew my years. No angel counted my collected tears. But he who formed the angels and the spheres looked down upon a man without a name and spoke, and nothing ever was the same. No angel stirred the water where I stand. No first one through the gate escape was planned. The Son who speaks the Father's will alone has made these broken legs into his throne. Rise! The Sabbath cannot silence what was done. Rise! The work of Father's Spirit and the Son. The porches testify against the lie that God needs angels stirring pools to die. Rise! The therapy of God has begun. My Father has been working until now, and I have been working. Therefore the Jews sought all the more to kill him, because he not only broke the Sabbath, but also said that God was his Father, making himself equal with God.
Then the Jews said to him who was cured, "It is the Sabbath. It is not lawful for you to carry your bed." He answered them, "He who made me well said to me, 'Take up your bed and walk.'"
The guardians of the calendar convene. It is the Sabbath, you must not be seen to carry burdens where the day is clean. The healed man stands before the tribunal. Who told you this? The question ritual. The demiurge has built his finest cage from Moses' words transcribed with holy rage. They search the scrolls for life they cannot gauge. The very letters that they memorize become the gallows where their judgment dies. If you believed in Moses, you would see the one he wrote of standing presently. The prophet's witness is a hammer's fall. The accuser's case collapses at the call. Who gave you back your legs upon this day? Who broke the Sabbath just to make you pay? The system that could never heal your bones now prosecutes the healer with its stones. Who? The accuser wears a pious face. I answer them with nothing but the truth. The man who healed me spoke and I was loosed, but they demand a name as legal proof. The system cannot see the healing done. It only sees a violation of the Son. The healed man cannot name the voice he heard. He vanished when the Sabbath council stirred, but in the temple came the final word. He found me near the altar with these hands, still gripping truth the council countermands. Another comes in his own name and you will welcome him with open arms, it's true. The beast foreshadowed in the Sabbath court, the Antichrist the system will escort. Who gave you back your legs upon this day? Who broke the Sabbath just to make you pay? dead bones, now prosecutes the healer with its stones. Who the accuser wears a pious face. Three witnesses arise to testify. The Baptist led the works the Father gave, the scriptures pointing where the shadows lie, the voice from heaven thundering to save. Yet still the middlemen refuse the word and choose the darkness they have always heard. The law that could not lift me from my mat now rises to condemn where I am at. The calendar is weaponized and flat against the curvature of divine grace. The Sabbath has become a killing mace. The demiurge recites the scroll by rote, but cannot hear the music in the note. The word made flesh eludes the legal throat. Moses, in whom they trust, becomes their doom. The very law they will becomes their tomb. If you believed in Moses, you would see the one he wrote of standing presently. The prophet's witness is a hammer's fall. The accuser's case collapses at the call. Who do you seek your glory from? Who, the praise of man or the Father's Son? Moses accuses you before the throne. The scrolls you carry are your judgment stone. Who, the ontological ground you have not known. That I shall accuse you to the Father. There is one who accused you, Moses, in whom you trust. For if you believe Moses, you would believe me, for he wrote about me. But if you do not believe his writings, how will you believe my words?
Most assuredly, I say to you, the hour is coming, and now is, when the dead will hear the voice of the Son of God, and those who hear will live.
The voice that healed one cripple now resounds through every graveyard, every burial ground. The hour is coming, hear the trumpets sound. All in the tomb shall hear the logos cry, and those who did good shall to life reply. The accuser's ledger blackens in the flame, the serpent crushed beneath the heel of the name. The beast who forged the mark and staked the claim, the system builder scaffolding gives way. The demiurge dissolves in judgment day. No temple where the lamb becomes the light, no sun, no moon required to make it bright. The nations walk within the radiance given, and every healed bone testifies forgiven. Rise, the hour is coming and is now. Rise, the dead shall live, the cosmos shall evolve. The Father judges no one, but has given all judgment to the Son, and death is riven. Rise, the ontological ground decrees. The Father holds the life that has no death. He gave the Son to hold that self-same breath, and vested him with judgment's solemn depth, because he is the Son of Man, the Word, by whom the resurrection voice is heard. The books are opened and the dead arise, some to the life that never dims or dies, some to the condemnation they devise, not by the Father's hand but by their own rejection of the logos on the throne. His servants serve him and shall see his face, his name upon their forehead, sovereign grace. No night there and no candle and no sun, the Lord God gives them light. The war is done. Rise, the hour is coming and is now. Rise, the dead shall live, the cosmos shall evolve. The Father judges no one, but has given all judgment to the Son, and death is riven. Rise, the ontological ground decrees. The counterfeit exposed beneath the light, the porches crumble, Bethathi is drained. The angel who deceived through borrowed right stands silent where the Lamb alone has reigned. Holy Trinity, the ground of everything, unholy counterfeit dissolved like winter into spring. The sea gives up its dead, death gives its own, and death itself and Hades both are thrown. Into the lake, the second death alone remains for those who chose the counterfeit. The unholy trinity's final writ. New Jerusalem descends like a bride, the river of the water of life wide, the tree of life with leaves that heal divides. And there shall be no more curse on the land. The throne of God and of the Lamb shall stand. No temple where the Lamb becomes the light, no sun nor moon required to make it bright. The nations walk within the radiance given, and every healed bone testifies forgiven. Rise. The books are opened, every name is read. Rise. From the sea and from the grave they led, before the throne where accreation bleeds. The Lamb who was and is forever pleads. Rise. The Spirit and the bride say come. Rise. The water of life for everyone. The porches are forgotten in the flood. The temple is the Lamb in his own blood. Rise. The new Jerusalem descends. Rise. On theological ground that never ends. Rise. And behold, I am coming quickly, and my reward is with me, to give to everyone according to his work. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last.